Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for another week of SNS. So in today's episode, we've got a new vise to unveil for the shop here that's going to be for the shaper. So we're going to get to that, and also got a little bit of crating that I need to do for a toolbox, and I've got an announcement to make for some traveling I'm going to be doing, and I've got some upcoming traveling for a couple of shop tours that I'm very excited about, and we'll talk more about those in the coming episode here. But we got a new vise for the shop. It's going to be a new vise that I'm helping KBC Tools promote for the month of May. So we'll get that over here on the table. We'll get it unboxed and we'll check that out. So we also got some new tools in the shop. This is some stuff that I purchased from my friend Kevin Pangle, and it just arrived. So I want to go ahead and get this crate opened up and check it out. It should be some heavy duty clamps in there. So I want to see what those look like. And I want to give you guys another reminder for the second channel out there, the A-Bomb Adventures, for anybody that may not know about it, or you may have some interest in some other videos outside of the machine shop. So the other stuff that goes on that I try to film that's outside of the shop goes over onto the second channel, A-Bomb Adventures. And for the guys that follow the Instagram might know about this stuff, but Abby and I decided to buy a camper, and we just took our first camping trip, which was here locally. We haven't got any long distance camping planned yet, but I've been working on the first video for that trip, and I've still got plenty of videos that I've still got to edit from our Southwest trip when we went to Vegas and we did our honeymoon. So I've still got probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 at least videos from that trip planned to go on that channel there. And then we got our new camping video that I'm working on as well. That's probably going to be coming out whenever you're watching this. So be sure to check out that second channel, and guys, go over there and give me a subscription. All right, I appreciate it. So be sure to follow up after this SNS. I'm going to have the second video that's going to be the follow-up from last week, where we removed the bearing hubs from the GM hubs. And this week we're going to finish the machining that was required on these GM hubs to fit the different size bearing, and then modified to fit the VW brake rotor and the VW wheels, which is what the customer is wanting to try for this application right there. So I wanted to make those separate videos so that that type of content is not buried in the SNS title format and it's not found later on. So I just try to keep some of the SNS stuff and then the machine shop stuff a little bit separate, but released at the same time so that you guys have some fun content out there to watch every Saturday. So these are going to be some heavy duty C-clamps. These are some that Kevin had run across in his travels. I believe he found a bunch of them at one of the machinery dealers up there where he's at in Pennsylvania. And he contacted me or showed me a picture of them, asked me would I be interested in any of them, and I can't even remember how many I bought. I think it was just 2, and either 10 or 12 inch. So I don't remember now. This has been a few months ago, and he picked them up and then held on to them for a while, and told him whenever you got some time to build a crate and then send them down here. So finally got them. Got one more here. Okay. Oh, look at that. We got a freebie in there too. So we did buy 2, and he calls these bridge clamps, which they're also considered bridge clamps, but I call them just heavy duty C clamps because that's how you see them listed sometimes. So we got a shaper tool in there also. That's a boring bar holder. So looks like I'm gonna have to go from the other side, I believe. Yep, I'll have to go from the other side and take some of the screws out. Alright, there we go. Alright, these are stamped die-craft, which are the same thing as the, I believe they're all the same, no matter if they're stamped Wilton or Williams or any of those. I think they're all the same thing. So I believe they're 8 inch. Let me grab my tape. Actually, I had my scale right over there. Yeah, so these are the 8 inch models right there. So they'll open up about 8 1/4. Yeah, about 8 1/4 inches. Nice heavy duty C clamps. And when you have to go and buy these things brand new, they cost a lot of money. They're very expensive. So when you find these things, anytime that I find these types of clamps for a very good bargain price at either the flea market or used, anywhere used, if they're a good price for cheap, I always pick them up. No matter what size they are, I always get them because they're just a good value if you can get them for on the cheap. If you had to buy this thing new, you're probably going to be spending probably about $200 to $300 for this one right here, maybe more than that. They get very expensive, but these are very handy for setups on the machine tools as well. So if you've got some kind of part that you're trying to set up, say maybe on an angle plate, that's where I use them a lot on the horizontal bore mill. If you're setting up a piece, say like on the on an angle plate, big heavy piece of steel, you need a heavy duty clamp like this to be able to hold that stuff. A normal C-clamp isn't going to work. So that's where I like having these right here. So these were a pretty good deal, and I think, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while. Well, that one's just stuck in there. I think they were 50 bucks a piece, something like that. So all right, so here's that tool that he threw in the box here as well. And I believe it's an Armstrong, but somebody's ground this side probably to fit the lantern. And so what this is a boring bar holder. So this fits the lantern of the shaper. This is mainly for shaper use right here. And then it's for internal shaping. So you put your bar in here. What size is that? So that's for an 1 1/8" bar. And so you put this in the tool holder. Then you have a bar sticking out with a tool bit. So you use this to go inside of your part for internal shaping, like if you was to do a keyway or any kind of internal shape inside of a part. So that's a nice find right there, Kevin. Number 49 is the tool holder number on that. So some good stuff for the shop. Thanks, Kevin, for taking the time to crate this up properly. I really appreciate it, and some good additions here for the shop. We got us a fresh delivery today. Got a box in from KBC Tools, and this is going to be my new 8-inch machine vise made by TMX. So let's get it unboxed and check this thing out. This is a pretty heavy vise. I know it weighs well over 150 pounds. Let's see if we can get it down on the table. I went ahead and I gave it a sneak peek myself whenever I got it in the shop here. That was our packing off the outside of the box. There it is. Man, that is a big boy right there. There's the vise handle right there. That's going to be the chip shield that goes there. Man, look at that. Shiny new. That looks nice. And jaws just perfectly. They must grind them in place. I don't know. They just you can't even feel the seam on those jaws right there. That is just beautiful. I'm going to try to get it over onto this piece of cardboard here because I want to save this box. I got something else I want to ship out, and I want to use this piece here the way it is because it'll be perfect for that. So let's see if we can. We'll just pull her over here on this one. So there it is. There's our new 8-inch vise. And this comes to me from KBC Tools, as I mentioned. And I've worked with KBC Tools several times in the past. They've been a long-time channel supporter here. And we did a promotion last year on the TMX brand 6-jaw chuck. You guys might remember, that's the chuck that we're running down there on the lathes. And for the month of May, they wanted to run a promotion on the TMX machine vices. So we got together and discussed a possible need around here in the shop. And I've been kicking around the idea of getting this size vise for the shaper for a while now. I'm not 100% happy with the original vise on the G&E shaper down there. It's still a good vise and I still use it. But I would like to have a vise like this to be able to use once in a while for different jobs down there on the shaper. So when they talked to me about promoting the TMX machine vices, I picked out this 8-inch, which is the size that I was interested in, and that's what they sent me. So this is the 8-inch, and they offer 3 models in this TMX vise right there. And well, we got the info right there directly from TMX. So they actually have 2 of the 6-inch models like this as well. So they have a 6-inch model that opens up 7.5 inches, and then they have one that opens up to 8.9 inches. Now the nice thing about this 8-inch model is that it opens up to 10.4 inches, which is what I was looking for, because I want to utilize this vise whenever I'm machining my Fireball fixture plates. So the fixture plates are going to be 10 inches, and that will allow me to fit the fixture plates in this vise and cut them on the shaper. One thing that I want to point out with the TMX machine vices, TMX is a Polish company. They're known for being made in Poland. The 6-jaw chuck that we have down on the lathe is actually made in Poland. So the machine vices here that they make are actually made in Taiwan. So these are not Polish made, these are Taiwanese made vices, but these are the high quality made in Taiwan import vices right there. And they do come with a 10-year warranty as well. So they looking at it right there, it looks to be of very high quality. And I mean, you can always tell the difference between the very low end import quality and the high quality import. So we've got the spec sheet right here where it was inspected after it was machined, and ground the height there. So they have their tolerance there on their inspection certificate, and then they have your actual. So everything is within tenths right there. So your bed height, nominal bed height of 3.31 inches, it's within 2/10 of being on that nominal. Parallelism, vise base to the bed is 1/10. Perpendicularity of the jaws to the vise bed is 1/2 thousandths, so 5/10. And then flatness of the base is 1/2 thousandths right there. So looks to be, there's your parts breakdown for it. And as I said, TMX offers a 10-year warranty on these, as well as the 6-inch model vices there as well. So I do want to point out that since I mentioned KBC, they are running a promotion on these vices for the month of May in the year 2019. So this will end at the end of the month. And they are offering a 20% off discounted price for all 3 models of these TMX vices, the 8-inch and then the 2 6-inch models. So you can go directly to the website. They'll have a banner at the very top that you can click on. They'll take you right to the page where you can purchase these, and that'll put you right in the price point where you could get one of these 8-inch vices for under $1,000, or one of the 6-inch models for well under $500 for one of those. And I think that's an excellent buy if you're in the market for a new machine vise or a new milling machine vise, whether it be for your manual machines or your CNC machines. I think this would be an excellent purchase right here. It does come with the chip guard there. That lays right there in that groove, so it protects the chips from getting down there into the screw. And then we've got our vise handle here as well. So there's the vise handle. I want to go ahead and get this thing, let's go ahead and get it over here to the side and crack her loose. Beautiful looking work there on the grinding of the bed. It looks really good. It looks like it actually opens up more than what they said in the catalog. 10.670, so I'd call that, you know what, 10 5/8, or yeah, you could get 10 5/8 in there. That's pretty cool. So that's awesome, because that's going to allow me to put my fireball fixture plates right in there and get the machining done that I want to do. Let's see, should be able to slide this right through the back, just like so, and be able to cover up that area there above the lead screw. So this is great. I'm real happy with this right here. This looks fantastic. There's one of my fixture plates, one of the fireball plates. I've got 10 of these that I plan on building. And look at that. That is nice. So it will fit in there just like I wanted it to. So that's going to work out good. Perfect. Oh, there we go. There's our unveil for our new TMX 8-inch milling vise. I look forward to getting this over there on the shaper and seeing it do some work and putting it into use, making these fireball fixture plates over there. So I want to again thanks KBC Tools and both TMX for working with me on this. And guys, be sure to go over there and click on the link for the website and check these vices out if you're in the market for a new machine vise. Okay. I got some pretty exciting travels coming up pretty soon. I got a little business to take care of up north, and while up there I was going to be driving through Dayton, Ohio. So I reached out to Gerstner and asked them if I could come by and visit and possibly get some video of their shop there and do like a shop tour. So they contacted me and said that they would love to have me, and we're going to do a shop tour. They're going to allow me to take the camera and see the shop there, and I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. You know, most of us that watch these videos, and you know, the machining guys out there, metalworking guys, we're all fans of these Gerstner wooden tool chests. Some of the best that's ever been made right here. And what I'm going to be doing, whenever they contacted me, they offered up doing a restoration on one of my boxes. You know, because I told them, I said I have 2 Gerstner boxes. I have this one, and then I have one more. I have that one back there as well. And they offered up to help with the restoration on one of these boxes here. So I'm going to get this thing crated up and get it sent up there to Gerstner, and this will be waiting whenever I get up there to do the shop tour. And this will be on the bench, and after we do the shop tour, they're going to do a restoration on this box right here, and I'm really excited about that. You know, doing a restoration is something that probably any of us can do. I'm sure that I could do it myself, but I don't have the experience doing this kind of restoration, you know, working with wood, taking these things apart, and the sanding and the finishes and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to leave this into the hands of the experts, since they offered to do a restoration for me, and I'm going to let them restore this awesome chest right here. This is the model 052 machinist chest. I showed this a few episodes back in SNS. I picked this up from a local machine shop, one of the guys here I know in town, Van. I offered to buy it from him, and he sold it to me for a very fair deal, and I'm very excited to get this thing fully restored by the company Gerstner. So I've had it over here on the workbench. I've been using it a little bit. I've had a few. This is my camera drawer right here. This is where I put my camera when I'm not using it, my batteries. And like this drawer right here is where I've been putting all my rules, all my scales and things like that. This box has kind of become my my go-to box for just everyday use items, like my scales, and I've got my knife, my flashlight. We got our punch right there, our Sharpies and our pens, and I haven't really filled it up the rest of the way yet. We still got a little bit of room for some other things. So one of the things that happened after I showed this and I was actually cleaning up, because I did wipe it down and I had some antique restoration stuff that I wiped it down with. This drawer right here, be real careful with it because I don't want to mess it up. So the corner joints on this one has come apart. You can see right there. So this drawer definitely has to have some work done to it, professional work. You know, you could glue that back together, I'm sure, but we're going to let Gerstner do their magic trick on that. But they're going to make this thing look like $1,000,000 again. They're going to replace the hardware. I actually opted to replace the hardware on this. They will actually polish and refinish the original hardware for an additional cost if you want them to do that, but there's a lot of labor involved with doing that. So I opted for new hardware, so I'm sure that all these pulls and all the latches are going to be replaced. All the corner guards there are all going to be replaced. They're going to take it apart, they're going to sand it, refinish it, fix all the drawers, anything that's wrong with it, and I'm sure it's going to look like a brand new box whenever it's done. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up on what we were going to be doing there. So looking forward to getting this up there to Gerstner and being able to visit with them and do a proper shop tour. I'm excited to bring you guys along, so we'll be back soon for a shop tour at Gerstner & Sons. Just out here cutting up some wood to build a crate for the Gerstner, ship it up there to Ohio. And I wanted to point something out to you. So you guys might remember me pouring this concrete pad back here. It was about 1.5 years ago that I poured this pad with the intentions of building the garage. Well, I've been you know, waiting until the right time and saving my money, and I wanted to go ahead and give you the announcement that I've got the garage ordered for this pad. It's been a long time coming, and I actually got to where I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not, but decided we're going to go ahead and stay around here for a little while longer. So I want to go ahead and get the garage up, because this is going to add a nice bit of storage area to the shop. That's what this area is going to be, is more of a storage unit, and it's also where this woodworking equipment will be out here for doing crates and things like that. I'm going to have some shelves out here where I can put all of my storage and overflow tool storage, and if I happen to pick up like a machine or something like that, I'll be able to put it in here and store it out of the way. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. It's probably going to be a couple months before I get it, because it's like 6 to 8 week lead time. It's one of those metal, fully metal garages. But big thanks to all the Patreon supporters that continue to support me. Because of your help, that's what is helping to pay for this garage. So we'll give you guys an update later down the road whenever this thing is actually up. Just a little update on the crating before I get it completely screwed together. Got the other board here that's going to go right here. We'll screw that in there, but I'm going to finish packing it well. So I've got on the inside of the lid there, between the lid, you know, the cover and the drawers, we put some bubble wrap in there to keep the drawers from moving around, and closed it up, and then I wrapped it just to kind of protect the wood, you know, from any kind of scratches or whatever. And then I've got the inside of the crate here lined with heavy cardboard right there. That was courtesy of TMX. That was the crate that the Vise come in, and cut that up. So I'm going to line all this up. We're going to finish pushing that box over against the other side. See, we got that side screwed in there. And I'm going to go ahead and lay it over, pack this side real well, pack the sides a little bit more to kind of keep it from trying to side shift, and then we'll screw the back cover on there. So this is the extent of my woodworking right here. You know, I can probably build a crate, but that's about it right there. But just trying to protect the box from any kind of damage in case this thing gets dropped or something, and eliminate any kind of damage during shipping. All right, we got this Gerstner chest securely packaged up, crated up. I put some handles on there so that you can pick it up. You know what we ought to do? Let's go ahead and get my scale over here and see how much this weighs. All right, we got my scale set up. We're at 0. Let's see what our crate weighs here. $62 pounds. A little heavier than I thought it was. Wow. That all that wood added quite a bit to it right there, but much needed. So we got all the wood and the cardboard in there to protect it. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get this thing up the road and get it shipped out there to Dayton, Ohio to Gerstner and Sons. So really excited to see how this chest is going to come out, you know, doing their restoration work on it. And I'm very excited to get up there and visit their facility and do the shop tour and actually get to share that video with you guys. So really looking forward to this collaboration with them.